What's up? It's your boy K here with another K Talk video. Today we are going to be reviewing Suicide Squad. Was the movie as bad as the critics claimed? Was it as bad as I thought in my last video? No, actually it was okay. It was better than Batman vs Superman. Yes, I will give it that. It's not as bad as critics say at all. People who say the movie is trash and it's just, everybody has their own opinion, sure, but overall, the movie wasn't that bad. It was actually fairly decent of a movie. Almost like a 2.5 star rating movie if it just didn't fall short on some of the aspects of it. There were times where the movie was supposed to be epic and was really supposed to deliver on dialogue and just acting, and sometimes it delivered. Other times it went back and it just fell flat and it was it just wasn't that good. The way the movie starts, when you get to see the background of the characters, main characters like Harley Quinn and Deadshot, my boy Will Smith, who did a phenomenal job, by the way. Those stories were more fleshed out, while certain people like Captain Boomerang and Killer Croc was just kind of like, oh yeah, it's there. But their roles were so small, it was just like, who cares? Who really cares, right? Whatever. I do want to take a moment to stop and say the Smith family is killing it in the DC universe. If you've never watched Gotham, which is a show on Fox, I believe, Jada Pinkett Smith is in that. She plays a character called Fish Mooney, and she really excels at that. Like the way she portrays that character, her acting skills, her acting level is very high, and she brings a lot of talent to the show. Then you go over to the movie side, and then you got Will Smith as Deadshot, who, and by the way, this is going to be spoilers, by the way, just to let you know if you haven't seen the movie yet. Spoilers, okay? Who actually did not die in the film, because I thought Will Smith was going to die, because I was like, he's too high of a paid actor, they're probably going to kill him, because it's Suicide Squad. If you don't know anything about Suicide Squad, every time they go out, one or two of them, if not more of them, always die. That's kind of why it's called Suicide Squad. Somebody always dies. So Will Smith stayed alive. Deadshot character stayed alive. Will Smith did a great job as being Will Smith. I don't know if he did a great job as being Deadshot based on the character in the comics, but because he was just like Will Smith. And who doesn't like Will Smith? So he just was like Will Smith playing Deadshot. So when you saw Deadshot, you saw Will Smith. But still did a great job. The girl who played Harley Quinn did a great job, actually. I was surprised at her character because I had a lot of concerns. I grew up in the 90s, and when I saw Harley Quinn, you always got that voice actress and who always does Harley's voice, because that's like the perfect Harley, that's like Harley Quinn itself. But she did a great job for what she was given. She had a great moments that she really excelled at doing what she does, and then she had some moments that it just was bad. But I don't think that was her as much as the writing. The beginning started off pretty strong. The first hour of the movie was great. It introduced everybody. You saw a lot of cameos with Batman and the Joker. Batman's in the movie and he plays the role you would think he would play. He's just in it for maybe 5 minutes total. The Flash even makes an appearance, which, by the way, the Flash, his costume, I hate that. I think his costume looks stupid. The first hour was good. The pacing of it was okay. The way they assembled everybody, the jokes in it. I know they went back and they did some editing to make it more lighthearted and humorous and add more jokes into it. I didn't see where they edited and put the extra footage in. I couldn't tell, but I think it was still well done. Deadshot was great. Harley was great. The way she portrayed herself, and she acted kind of crazy, not overly crazy. The villains had a lot of emotions, surprisingly. The way they loved and their families and the way that they cared, they didn't really come off as villains. Yeah, it was like, okay, you kill people, okay, you're crazy, you rob banks. I didn't really buy the whole, like, we're the villain, let's get these villains together kind of thing. So that had me a little bit, concerned there. I hated Killer Croc. I think he was just stupid. Diablo, he was okay. He was a lot different than I thought he would be. He had more of a role than I thought, and he brought a lot of emotion to not only the film, but to the group in itself because of his background and him trying to be good and him trying to, or maybe not necessarily good, but he was really bad. And then he just like, I guess after he killed his family, he was just trying not to use his powers and just to be calm and just be in control. The ending, when he turned into like that witch doctor looking Aztec god or whatever he did turn into, did not know that was going to happen. I liked it, but I also wish they would explain kind of his powers more, because you were like, oh, he shoots a lot of fire. Okay, he can control fire. Okay, cool. You know, I've seen that in X-Men, Pyro. Okay, great. But then he just turns into this like demon dude, and you're just like, witch doctor looking guy, and you're like, where did that come from? No idea where that came from. Captain Boomerang, he had some comic relief moments. He had some okay moments. He did an okay job. Slipknot died in like the first 5 minutes. Katana Girl was good for her role. She came in and she did her thing. Again, not too big of a scene. The Joker, I don't like that portrayal of the Joker, that thug life Joker. I don't think he was crazy enough. I don't think he was psychotic enough. I just think he was like a thug, but kind of crazy. Amanda Waller, she did a great job. At the first hour of the movie, I didn't really buy into her being as this big, intimidating person that she's supposed to be, who strikes fear into everybody, who everybody's just like, oh man, it's Amanda Waller, you know, she's coming. You know, I didn't really buy into that much with her. She became more intimidating as the movie went on after about the halfway point. So by the end of it, I was kind of like, okay, I respect Amanda Waller. The ending was really bad. Enchantress. I liked her. I liked her character. I liked the way she was portrayed. How she turns out to be the villain. You can kind of tell that by the trailers. The way she was portrayed was great. Her powers, I liked. I hated the ending with her though. How Harley just went up to her like, oh yeah, I'll, obey you and, do whatever you want me to do and be on your team. Because then just the way she bent down, picked up Katana's sword and just sliced her and grabbed her heart, it wasn't convincing to me. Another part was Enchantress when she had the fight scene against the Squad. I couldn't believe how many times Will Smith can put his arm up with his little gun and block her magical swords or whatever they were. Just whatever. He did it like 5 times. And each time it was like the slow-mo, like he was gonna get his arm cut off. And I was like, dude, are you gonna lose your arm? Or he was gonna cut through him and kill him. And then it was like, nope, block it again. And I'm like, dude, that's way too much of the arm blocking. The Enchantress fight was also, it made no sense. She gets tired of it. She stands there and she's like, okay, enough. Boom. And she, like, everybody's weapons, guns, swords, she just, like, takes them all and, like, that. And I'm like, why didn't she just do that from the beginning of the fight? And that's one of the things, again, that just makes the movie just go from being an okay movie to just being like, you're just a dumb movie. Overall, the movie was just okay. It's not as bad as critics say. I do recommend going out and seeing it in the theaters. If I had to rate the movie, I would probably give it a C movie. C, just a C, not a C plus, just a C. If the ending was a little better, maybe I would give it a C plus. But it's definitely a movie that I recommend that you go out there and see. I do like Ben Affleck's Batman more, even in the short moments he was in the movie. I enjoyed it more in this movie, just because I guess you could see him in a little bit of a different light. I don't know what happened with him and Harley, okay? When he poured her out of the water and he looked at her, there was a moment there where I was like, is he giving her CPR? But then the next moment I was like, I think he actually just wanted to make out with her. And then she started making out with him. And then he broke it up. And I was just like, that's very uncharacteristic of Batman. That's just my thoughts on the movie. Like and subscribe if you like the video. There are still more to come. My next video, that's going to be a mystery because even I don't know what I'm going to make next. But stick around. It's going to be awesome. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Leave your comments in below. I would love to hear your opinions and your takes on the Suicide movie. And until next time, it's your boy Kevin. Peace.